the Wholesale Diva, and we're back again with a Wisdom Wednesday moment. I got an email from a young lady in Georgia. She asked, could you give an example of a deal that you've done with an older person? Well, I'd love to tell you about one of our deals. We have hundreds of deals I could tell you stories about, but one in particular stood out in my mind. This deal was kind of close to my heart and very emotional. We got a call from a young lady who said that her mother needed to sell her house. I went over some of the particulars on the phone and it sounded like a good deal. The numbers were good. The ARV on the house was about 80. They only owed about 20 on the loan balance, and she said whatever they could get out of the deal. I didn't find out all the details until we got out to the property, so myself and one of my students went out to the property. Now mind you, when we get to the house, the daughter's in the kitchen cooking. The mom is sitting in a rocking chair watching some religious TV shows. And she said, you can go talk to my mom. So we sat down with the mother, and to sum up the story, and for those of you that might consider this a little offbeat or whatever, I'm going to tell you the story so you'll understand the type of deals we run into. The lady's husband had died in the property in one of the back bedrooms. And for the last 2.5 years, this lady was really concerned about going in that bedroom. As a matter of fact, she was so concerned that she had a ledge all around the living room wall on the top ceiling area, and she had lined it with angels. I mean, every kind of angel that you could imagine. And she said that those were her protection. This is just a perfect example of how you have to sit down with people and really listen to their story. Now mind you, I hadn't walked through the property, I hadn't taken a look at the house or anything. I'm sitting down talking with the mother. She said that she was extremely scared and nervous to be in the property. Her daughter was living with her, but her daughter had put a bid in, an offer in, on a subdivision that they were building about 2 miles down, and that her daughter was going to get the house in her name and she was going to take the mom to live with her. And the mom was really glad about this because, again, this lady was really, really terrified of being in this house where her husband had passed away. So we sat and we watched 2 religious shows that day. We ate dinner that the daughter had cooked, and I built a relationship with these individuals. Now, before I left, the lady basically said, well, you know, I get a check every month, and my check is kind of going to be used to help my daughter with the new house, but I'm not able to pay her a lot on the mortgage or whatever. So the daughter said to me from the kitchen area, she said, if my mom could just get a check every month, that would be great. Long story short, we ended up negotiating a deal to offer her, I think it was $8,000 that she wanted, in payments of $250 a month. So this was great for this lady because she's used to getting checks. Listen carefully to what a seller is saying to you when you're negotiating a deal. We, of course, sold the contract to an investor and made a small profit off of it. And that investor, again, took it and made it into a rental property. But the moral of this story is, become friends with your seller. Find out what their true story is. And by the way, she threw in all the angels. She gave them to me as a gift. And I still have them to this day. So become friendly with your seller, find out what their true motivation is, find out why they need to get rid of the property. Understand, this woman did not want or wasn't focused on money. She wasn't focused on selling her house the conventional way. She was focused on getting out of a situation where in her mind she was very afraid because she felt there were ghosts in the house. So a lot of times you run into these type of situations and you have to be sympathetic and empathetic to their situation. And that's how we got the deal. So I hope that helps our email that we got from you in terms of answering your question. That was one of the deals that I've done with an elderly person, and it turned out really great. And to this day, we're still friends with the daughter and the mom. This is the Wholesale Diva with a Wisdom Wednesday moment on how we've done some particular types of deals.